Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 22, featuring the LA Dodgers. This is our very last episode with the LA Dodgers. As you can see in the manager's office, we have been here for not one, not two, but 10 years. This season, in point of fact, will be our very last season with the Dodgers. Thank you to everybody who suggested who talked about who we should play next. I have made a decision, but I'm going to make you wait for it until the end of the video, because that's the kind of guy I am. And I realize I can't stop you just fast forwarding to the end of the video to find out, but I'm at least going to make you work for it, because that's just how I roll. We want to go out with a bang if we can. And make no mistake, we have been very, very close to winning the pennant a few times with the Dodgers. For 3 different seasons, we were within 4 games of winning the title. In 2, it was less than 2 games. So with a little bit of luck, we might have a couple more World Series appearances to show for it. But the fact remains we haven't won. And so it is up to us to make that happen. So let's talk about where we could make some upgrades to make a meaningful change in our fortunes. Our lineup was pretty good because of Mickey Mantle and Tony Kubek. I cannot stress that enough. If either one of them, especially if Tony Kubek hadn't turned into a power-hitting machine, I don't know where we are. We need to upgrade. It's very clear we need to make 1 or 2 big changes to this lineup in order to get us where we need to be. We also need a much better pitching staff. And to be honest, I don't know that we have either of those available to us. I don't know that there's a way to get what we need to be a great team again. But the good news is, if we run it back with this squad and just get a little bit of better luck, maybe pick up a good solid young bat or starting pitcher, we might be alright. Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell you for sure we're going to be alright, but it may be about time to give Ed Kirkpatrick a chance to win the catcher job. Maybe? So, let's talk positions I definitely don't think need to be upgraded. Left field. I'm pretty happy with shortstop and second base. First base, yeah. I mean, if he's going to keep producing at this high level, I see no reason why we can't keep him and let him continue to do his thing. But Jackie Brandt is, while he's a very solid player, he does a lot of things really well, I'd love to get a bigger impact bat. And right field is a place that's pretty easy to fill. If I can get a big-time bat, right field is probably where I'm going to target it. Bobby Thompson in center field is fine. But again, there's room for growth here. There's definitely room to get a better player in the mix here. Third base was a black hole last season. I thought we had third base kind of solved. Turns out we don't. And bringing home Joe Garagiola was fun, I guess, but definitely he's not an everyday starting catcher either. So we're going to find a solution, I promise, but a lot of it's just going to depend on who's available for us by the time we get to draft. Let us jump forward. I did forget about Jack Fisher. Man, what might have been with him? If he'd stayed healthy, I don't think we're in as big a hole as we are right now. If I'm being honest with you. And I'd always be honest with you. Really? Fred Green couldn't win reliever of the year? Who the hell did win reliever of the year? Like, you told me I'm only going to win one award. I thought it would be... Wow. Listen, you fuckers. Fred Green led the league in saves and was worth almost 4 goddamn wins. I don't know how that's not your reliever of the year, other than you're just stupid. He didn't even get a single vote, which is what I found really weird. Anyway, Sherm Lawler, Jose Valdivieso, and Mr. Tony Kubek all won Gold Glove Awards. Very nice. It's like that Sherm Lawler didn't actually play the whole season. He still won a Gold Glove, which just goes to show you what his reputation is. I'm really happy to see Tony Kubek get his first Gold Glove. Boy, was that a good trade. Like, I've made a bunch of goofy trades that haven't quite worked out for us, but this one? Milwaukee, I bet you wish you had him now. Silver Slugger. Kubek got the rare Gold Glove shortstop, or Gold Glove Silver Slugger combination. And another MVP for Mickey Mantle, but who boy was it close. Orlando Cepeda was like a couple votes shy. And look, I'm not convinced Mickey Mantle deserved to win it this season. I think he was better than Orlando Cepeda, but I'm not going to sit there and tell you that he's like a trash tier player or whatever. I guess one thing about playing as the Dodgers that's always felt cheap, it's so much of it just feels to me like because we had Mickey Mantle to start, and Mickey Mantle is arguably one of the best players in Major League history, therefore I've had a great team, and I don't think that's wrong. I'm not convinced I've done the greatest job acquiring talent for the Dodgers, and we can certainly revisit this at the end of the episode, because we definitely will. But, there are things I definitely could and should have done a lot better than I did, I think. But we can revisit that later on, because I won a World Series, hey, then I did a great job, right? The Lincoln Tar Pawns want you to be their pitching coach. But I want you to be my hitting coach. So how's about I offer you an extension? Which I think is really what you wanted. Okay, Hall of Fame voting. I will vote for Jim Bagley Jr. I'm not going to waste my time looking through it. I think he deserves it. Same for Boo here. Now, I think Boo's going to have a really hard sell because while I think he genuinely does deserve it, he has a losing record, and I think that's going to really count against him. I will try to vote for Carl Fisher one last time, but I don't think it's going to matter. But we're going to try. And same with Dom DiMaggio. Now, Joe Gordon is an interesting player. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I know his batting average isn't the best, but he hit for a lot of power in an era where power was a bit of a premium sometimes. And he was a Gold Glove caliber second baseman. And those two things, I think, combine to be quite good. I'm going to take a real quick look at the leaderboards. And I want to see if he leads the majors in home runs by a second baseman. First of all, where does he place on the overall all-time home run list? 19. Which is certainly not a bad thing. If we look at second baseman, Joe Gordon is number 1 with a bullet. Although Roger Hornsby is only a few behind him. Do you know what? I think Joe Gordon deserves it. I think he's worthy of the Hall of Fame. He's not a flawless candidate, but I like him, and I would like him to be a Hall of Famer, please. Fred Hutchinson. Give him a go. Wally Udnick is an interesting player, and that I think if he hadn't retired as soon as he did, I think he'd have a clear path to the Hall of Fame. I'm concerned that voting for him is actually cheapening the Hall a little bit, though, because let's face it, he doesn't move the needle in a lot of ways. He had a bunch of home runs as a center fielder and was a pretty good fielder. And let's be clear, he drew a bunch of walks. I don't hate him, but I'm just not convinced he's a Hall of Famer. But it seems like momentum is going that way, and I don't want to be left out. I guess I'll vote for him, but I'm not. Like, it's not the most egregious Hall of Fame election in human history. I'm just not convinced he deserves it. But I'm not gonna cast stones. Eddie Robinson, I think, deserves it. I'm at least gonna give him the vote, but I don't think he's gonna make it. How in the hell is Andy Semenuk even on this ballot? Don't be ridiculous. Like, he's not a Hall of Famer. Like, at all. Cecil Travis and Junior Thompson are, though. That is for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Okay. So, who do I think is going to make the Hall of Fame this year? Travis and Thompson for sure. I think both of them have basically a guaranteed first ballot right into the Hall of Fame, no questions asked. Beyond those two, though, maybe Fisher. I don't know how the AI Hall of Fame votes, but if they're like, oh man, he's going to drop off the ballot if we don't vote for him, I could maybe see that pushing him over the top. I think that's going to be it, though. I think this is Travis and Thompson and maybe Fisher, and I think that's pretty much it. Hutchinson and Udinich are borderline, and that they're both close to 60% or slightly over it, but I don't think either one of them is a slam dunk. So either Travis or Thompson is. I'm a little concerned that Thompson's going to get buried because of his win-loss record, but he was an incredible pitcher, even though he never won a Mike Smith award. 106 WAR is not easy to acquire as a starting pitcher, my friends. So I am happy to see him enter the Hall. And then we're going to jump over here real quick and get our scouting director some work in. So the first step in determining how big a bang we can go out with the Dodgers is this draft. There's some good pitchers in this draft with Phil Niekro, Larry Dierker. Some okay hitters and guys like Wes Parker, Bert Campaneris, and Danny Cater. There's not really a game-changing player here, which might prove to be our advantage here. But we'll figure something out. This is a really deep draft for starting pitchers. And I have to think that some players or people are so desperate for hitters that they're gonna overdraft for them. But we'll see who's still left when we get to pick. Did literally all the good starters go already? Is that what you're gonna do to me, game? Yeah, Niekro, Dierker, Blass, Tion, Siebert, Singer. Oh no, this is the mock draft, not the actual draft. Yeah, Singer, Necro, Tiot, Siebert went 1 through 4. Then Dierker at 6. Dodelmeyer, Blast, Sparma, and Boswell. Okay. There's a lot to be said for Alex Johnson. But he's kind of a one-trick pony. And that trick is a really good trick, don't get me wrong. But Jack Hyatt is kind of a weird dude. He doesn't really do it for me. Adolfo Phillips is a useful part. Rick Wise is a decent control guy. I don't hate that, but really, game? Really? You can't give me one player that I can just look at and say, yes, this man is worthy of my draft pick. Alex Johnson is the only bat that looks like he can make an impact right away in this draft. I don't think he's going to have a very long career. I don't think he's going to have a really good career. But he gives us the best chance to upgrade the team. So I'm going to drop Alex Johnson. I don't love it, but I'm going to do it. Then I'm going to take Chico Salmon with the second round pick. We're going to try to build a bench of doom. That is my goal. It's perpetual Pat Corrales. That's such a weird move by the then Indians, but now Guardians. Ooh, I like Mike Ryan's defense. Pat Corrales was the manager of Cleveland, and he just kept getting renewed every year, and so the press called him Perpetual Pete Corrales, or Pat Corrales. Hall of Fame nickname, not a very good manager or player, all things considered. I don't think we got better, but I think we got deeper. I now have 3 players who could potentially play a mid to decent sized role on this team. Alex Johnson is a big time bat that can play off the bench or even start depending on how spring training goes. Chico Salmon is the utility player's utility player who can also hold his own with the bat. And you might recall that was an issue for us last season, right? We didn't have a big time bench bat, but now we do, which is excellent news, obviously. And then we've got Mike Ryan, who is a very good defensive catcher. If we decide we need somebody, like if someone gets hurt or whatever. So, I accept this. I'm not convinced we're like a significantly better team, but I know we're not a worse team. And honestly, that can be an important advantage. Rule 5 draft time. Ray Barker doesn't suck. I just have nowhere to play him. I'm certainly not going to bench what's-his-face for him. I mean, Rudy Regalado is also not very good. Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink this. It's just not very good. I'm just gonna go ahead and send the whole draft. good tea. Interesting. I'm surprised Cecil Travis had such a hard time getting elected relative to Eddie Robinson. Interesting. I feel bad for Carl Fisher. Let me know in the comments if you think Carl Fisher deserves to be Veterans Committed into the Hall. I'm not convinced he does, but I wouldn't hate it. I miss Bob Feller. He must not have been very good. Ooh, dang. Yeah, they weirdly didn't let him pitch all that much. And when he did pitch, he wasn't super effective. He pitched a long time, though. You can't deny that. But yeah, the real Bob Feller is one of the best right-handed pitchers to ever play in the major leagues. This version of Bob Feller, not so much. Not so much. Dude, do what you gotta do, man. If you gotta cut the budget, cut the budget. I don't even give a shit. I don't even give half a shit. Oh boy. It's literally a stale fart. That's what I feel in my soul when I see a trade that's that stupid. Like, it does nobody any good, which is what I find so strange. And I hope when OOTP 23 releases, that gets addressed to one degree or another. So we're gonna go boop and boop and boop and boop and boop. And that's good. That gets us set up with a decent thing there. When did I get Wally Bunker? Oh yeah, I drafted him a year ago. That's right. I'm a potato. Gosh, I wouldn't hate Phil Linz at third base. Maybe this is something I didn't think of. Maybe it's an interesting possibility. Because Linz has a reasonably capable major league bat. Interesting. Very interesting. I shall consider your proposal, game, and we shall see where that gets us. Huh. I don't know why I never thought about it, and now that the game brings it up, it seems painfully obvious to me. But here we are. Not a good look, my dude. Not a good look. Wally Bunker gets better stamina. Ed Kirkpatrick is slightly better as a catcher. I mean, you'll surely be learning some catching tips from Sherm Lawler while he sits on the fucking bench, being suspended. Jerk. Like, how bad is that for you to get suspended in spring training? Like, you've got to be, like, stabbing somebody in the eye or something with a broken bat, right? I don't know. I don't really follow spring training that closely. I remember seeing the Guardians playing Texas, and it was, like, a 25-15 game. And I was like, what? Did I miss something? Did they have, like, a random spring football game and not tell anybody? But no. It was an actual spring training score. But normally I don't keep track of spring training that closely. It just doesn't matter all that much at the end of the day. I'm sure it matters for the players, but for the fan, not so much. Alright. Pitchers, we have 14. Let's get that number down by 3. Jack Fisher, if anyone else is dumb enough to take on your contract, they're welcome to you. Carl Willie, I don't even know who you are. Apparently, you pitched a lot for me yesterday. Thank you for your service. Now get the hell out. And Seth Moorhead will take a demotion. Awesome. Lindsay and Shore, you both make the team. Well done. Like, Kirkpatrick is a better hitter than Garagiola or Lawler, but he's not a great catcher. And while I will defend Avila in my other series till my dying breath, a 44 catcher ability is not very good. It just isn't. The question is what his bat offers good enough to have him be at least a backup catcher and make Lawler or Garagiola our everyday catcher? I'm going to try to shop Garagiola and just see what kind of deals come back to me. Because I really do want to try to upgrade at a couple of if I can. I could bring in Larry Doby, but I don't know why I would. Gross. I just assume cut Garagiola and save the money. Wonder if he would take a demotion. He would not. I'm gonna think about catcher in a minute here. Okay. George Banks are going to the minors. Oh, that's right. I got Willie Smith last season, didn't I? He's another good bench bat. I think we just go with the really old battery for right now, and Kirkpatrick goes back to the minors. And then let's try to flip Dick Williams and see if I can get anything interesting for him. I'd love a starting pitcher, my friends. I would be over the moon for a starting pitcher. What if I offered Dick Williams and Joe Garagiola? Does that get me anybody? No. That's fine. The thing is, I don't want to send down Chico Salmon because I think he offers a lot in terms of positional flexibility and overall offensive prowess. So I'm going to send on Alex Johnson, and we're going to carry Dick Williams. Okay, so let us construct a pitching staff of appropriate talent level. Look, Fred Green, my dude, did an amazing job. Fred Green is still my stopper. Red Witt, you're just going to be middle relief. I don't have a big stamina guy, so that's going to be really interesting if we have any kind of injury where a starter can't go. So we're definitely going to need to consider that. For certain. We're going to need to consider that. As we go on through the season. Let us then nuke all of the things and rebuild the team in the way we would best like. Okay. What? No. I was gonna bat Mickey Mantle cleanup, but no, I think batting him third is still the right call. I'm gonna have Mr. Valdivielso lead off again because he's still an amazing on base guy. Tony Kubek is gonna hit second. Someone's got to hit cleanup, and between Brant and Mignosa's a slightly better hitter. Whoopsie. No. We're not benching Mickey Mantle. I'd be screwed if I voluntarily chose not to play him. And then Jackie Brandt. Phil Linz is going to bat. There. No, sorry. There. Garagi Thompson's going to bat 6th. And I'm going to play Sherm Lawler again. I don't love it, but I still think it gives us the best chance to win based on the rest of the roster. Okay. Gragiola backs up at catcher, fine and dandy, like chocolate candy. Between Willie Smith, yeah, Willie Smith is still worthy, as is Chico Salmon, of some opportunities. So Chico, you're best suited to be a second baseman, but you're not terrible at short or third. I'm going to make you the #1 backup infielder this season. You're going to play all over the diamond to get lots of experience at all the infield positions. My man Coot here is the secondary backup in the middle infield. He is the cootiest. Dick Williams is going to back up at first because he's actually a really decent first baseman. Defensively anyway. Willie Smith is going to back up in the corners. And Dan Dahlback is going to back up in center. I'm also going to put Chico Salmon at the corners as a secondary backup. I expect him to play a lot in lots of different places. That is my goal for this season, is to just let him run roughshod all over the roster. I'm gonna put Willie Smith as the #1 pinch hitter and then Chico Salmon. And then Dick Williams. Pinch running, Chico Salmon, and Willie Smith. In reverse order. And this, my friends, I think is your 1964 LA Dodgers. I don't really see any other big moves we can make to improve our team. I'm really curious to see how Phil Linz does. I'm really curious to see if he can make the most out of this opportunity. Because if he can't, I might give Chico Salmon a try. So we're going to see how things go for all of you. Why are you grumpy, Garagiola? You're not going to start over Sherm Lawler. You're just not. Are you grumpy because I tried to bench you? I think you're grumpy because I tried to bench you. It be like that sometimes. It be like that. I do have to say, going into Houston, if that's the team I go with, or even the Angels, they at least have some pieces to work with. But I've already made my decision, and I'll share that decision at the end of the game here. One thing I did want to just reassure everybody, I'm going to keep the series going into OTP 23. I think it comes out April 22nd or 23rd. I know it's roughly a month from the day I'm recording this video. We're going to keep it going. Basically up until... I don't know, actually. We will see how far we get at the end of OTP, when OTP 23 comes out. Like, if we're at the present day, I'm going to stop. Because this isn't intended to go beyond that. But I do. Chico Salmon, you son of a bitch. I don't know why I called him that. I'm sorry, Chico. Wow, okay. And you're gonna kill my best starter, too. What the actual fuck, game? Just why? Why would you do that? Oh my god. Well, we're not going to the playoffs this season. We didn't have a chance in hell. Not even a little bit. Oh my god, that's such bullshit. Really? The very first series of the goddamn season, you kill Minnie Mioso and Bill Stafford. My best starter and my reliable first baseman are both gone for most of the season. Don't make me play Dick Williams at first base. Please don't. I can't play Alex Johnson at first base, that's for sure. Oh my god. Look, I'm gonna move Willie Smith to first base and make Alex Johnson our backup. Or Chico Salmon could play first. Actually, Salmon would be an even better choice. We'll do that. I don't really want to make him the cleanup guy, though. We'll do that. That kind of kills a lot of the roster's flexibility, but I'm kind of trapped here. I don't really have another choice. Yeah, Chico, hope you don't get tired, my friend. Replacing Bill Stafford, I don't know how we do that. I don't think there's a starting pitcher on the market that we can acquire that would make a difference. I'm gonna look because I can't afford not to look. You're a very good player, Jim Davenport. You're a very good player. But I'd probably have to give up a lot to get you. Hey, Vinegar Bend, beggars can't be fucking choosers. Give me literally... Oh my god, really, game? No. I know that the game has me over a damn barrel. I'm not giving you one of the best players on my team for a starter who's not that great. Chuck Stobbs. Really? Really, game? Oh my gosh. Can I get anybody without sacrificing my team's future? Here we go. You want Wade Blasingame? You've got Wade Blasingame. I'm not saying I don't believe in Cal McClish, but I don't believe in Cal McClish. And I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the starting pitcher we've needed the whole time to go to the World Series. But we got to do what we got to do, right? We've got to hope. Oh my, are you fucking kidding me, game? Are you absolutely fucking joking with me? Oh my god. Seriously? Knock it off, game. Stop injuring my damn starting pitchers. I don't have that many. Now I have to trade for some other starting pitcher. Because I literally don't have enough starters. I don't think I have anybody in the minors that is even remotely capable of being a starting pitcher. I have freaking Carl Willie. You know what? I don't even care at this point. I just need bodies. He's an awful pitcher, and I have to pitch him because the game is decided. Yeah, you know how you've got all these starters? We're going to injure all of them. It's going to be great. Friends, let me be ultra clear right now. I deserve to be manager of the year right now. Simply because I'm not 1,000 games out of first. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah. There we go. Shut the hell up, Dick Williams. I don't want to hear it, pal. I'd like you to stop talking immediately. You too, Joe. Both of you, shut up. I tried to trade you, nobody wanted you. Not a single soul wanted you. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, we're basically screwed. Because of the rampant injuries, I just don't have an anywhere near World Series caliber team. And for all the talented players I have, I just don't have a path to getting a better rotation, which is... Well, let's actually see what the problem is. Okay, first of all, there's the fact that only one person is hitting right now, which is Tony Kubek. Which is not great. Carl Willie sucks, but I'll be honest, we're not doing that bad in the starting pitching department. So that at least qualifies as a minor blessing. But oh my god, this team is not hitting. From top to bottom, they're not hitting. I mean, Mickey Mantle's power means he's always going to be a threat. He's always going to be a useful piece, even if he's not hitting at his very best. But the rest of the team... Yeah. Let's just keep going. Let's just be in blissful silence as we watch a team that might have a chance to have won the World Series just be absolute garbage, because the game just can't stop sucker punching me. Can we not hit against Dave McNally anymore? Good lord. Oh, gross. Sandy Koufax pitching for the Yankees just feels wrong. Do I have literally anybody on the All-Star team? I have Tony Kubek and I have Mickey Mantle. And Fred Green. Okay, at least Fred Green gets some respect put on his name. I'm just going to re-sign everybody. I'm going to let the next general manager deal with this team. Kind of this team needs to bottom out. And I hate to say that, but the problem is we've been so good for so long that we just don't have a real opportunity to make real gains anymore. Which is, you know, whatever, but... Okay, Tony Cloninger's major value is that it gets Carl Willie the fuck off my team. Like, I'm not saying he's gonna turn around our fortunes all by himself, but it's sure I'd sure as hell like to have him over Carl Willie. Alright, we get Mini Mignoso back. Chico Salmon, you have not played very well. I'm not going to bench you for that. Mini, I'm going to slide you right back into the lineup where you've always deserved to be in my heart. And we're going to copy. Like, let me be clear. I don't think this makes a difference at all. I think... Yeah. Getting Bill Stafford definitely moves the needle. I mean, he's still one of the better pitchers in the American League. It's not Cal McClish has been terrible, but he's certainly no Bill Stafford. Who's been the worst starter so far? Wally Bunker hasn't done much. Let's let McClish take his spot, and then you can be emergency starter along relief. Really, Spooner? Really? You just had to no-hit me. Like, let's be painfully obvious here. I am not making the playoffs. I don't know how I'm not mathematically eliminated already. But, yeah, it is some bullshit. I don't even care. I'm a lame duck. I accept it. Oh my god, game. Fuck you. Just stop. Oh my god, Joe, shut up. All of you, stop getting hurt. I take it extremely personal that you won't shut the hell up, Dick Williams. I can't trade you. The trade deadline has passed. Go to your room. Just go to your room. Think about what you've done. Oh my gosh. Look at all these shutouts in a row, though. Belinsky, Austin, McClish, Stafford. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. And 5 hits for Tony Kubek at the end of the season. Alright. So we didn't make the playoffs. You may have missed that, but it's true. We did not make the playoffs. Can confirm. And the Pirates won the World Series. Good for them. Good for them. Don't worry, I intend to do better. So what we're going to do is we're going to sim to the end of award season, and then I'm going to switch over to my new team. But first, let's take a look at how we actually did. In other words, what went wrong besides everyone getting hurt all the time? I mean, Mickey Mantle wasn't an MVP candidate. He was still damn good, but he wasn't Mickey Mantle. He was just Mickey Mantle. Tony Kubek did backslide a little bit, but I'm not gonna judge the only consistent hitter we had this season. Because look at all this bullshit from top to bottom. This is what you call a bad offensive team. Yeah. Everybody shit the bed from top to bottom. So that happened. I don't know if this is just one of those years where the game is like, no one gets to hit. But yeah, Mickey Mantle was great. Tony Kubek was borderline acceptable, and everyone else was dog shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. There's no gussying that up. Yep. Fred Green did it again. He was now the second best pitcher on my staff, which is pretty insane. Bo Belinsky was our best starter. We got very little out of our starting pitchers. It doesn't say very much good about your team when Cal McClish is your number 2 starter. But it's where we were, right? I mean, it's not Bill Stafford's fault he got hurt. He would definitely have been our best starter. But this is just one of those seasons, man. This is one of those seasons where... Fuck, I don't know. Ooh, who got a gold glove? Valdevilso and Phil Linz. We didn't talk about Phil Linz because he didn't hit very well. But you gotta respect a man who learns a brand new position for the first time and then wins a gold glove. After the awards are done, then I will, who won a Silver Slugger? Oh, Tony Kubek did again. Okay. Congratulations, San Jose Suns. And now it is time to find ourselves a new job. Say hello to the Houston Astros. Thank you very much to everybody who recommended Houston. It was kind of the team I was thinking of picking anyway. So let's quickly review what we've actually got to work with. Because I think we might be pleasantly surprised with what we have here. Or not. So we got Joe Morgan. Now, Joe Morgan isn't a super megastar in this version of the game, but he's certainly worthwhile. It's certainly worthwhile giving him a job and seeing what he does with it. Bill Singer is easily a couple years away. Boy, when you're picking first overall, you really got to get picks that are going to be out of the park brilliant. I am not overwhelmingly impressed. Oh dear, there's just not much good on this team, is there? Like, Gates Brown is decent. And Gates Brown is decent. That's it. That's the compliment. Joe Morgan's not awful, and he might turn out to be an excellent player, but for right now, they have whiffed badly on both their first round picks. Now, Bill Singer might get there someday, but that day is a good 2 to 3 years in the future. He is not ready for the big leagues, I don't think. This is a very young team that is not very good. But we're going to deal with it. And Tommy Aggie, at least, looks like he could be another useful part. I could see him starting and being an important piece of this, but you guys just suck at drafting, I think. Do I have to fill any coaching spots? I do not. My scouting director is decent. I will tolerate that. I don't love it, but I'll tolerate it. But yeah. So we got a lot of work to do, my friends. A lot of work to do. I have 2 good outfielders, a second baseman who might be good someday, and a whole bunch of crap in the starting rotation. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's going to be it for this episode. Why did I listen to you guys? This team is not turning around quickly at all. I'm going to make a prediction. If I can get above 500 in 3 seasons, that will qualify for me as a brilliant success. And let me be clear, I don't think we can. But that's my benchmark for overwhelming success. Is going to be, do the Houston Astros, formerly the Colt 45s, are they around 500? Spoiler alert, I don't think they will be. I think this team is a good 2 seasons from even getting out of the basement. Because they've had big-time picks and they've whiffed on them. Like, let's savor this, right? Let us focus on... if we go under team history, draft history. Number 1 overall pick, Tommy Aggie. Maybe okay. Joe Morgan. Maybe okay. Bill Singer. Maybe okay. Like, the best player for the Houston Astros right now is a 2nd round pick. You can't whiff like this 3 consecutive years. There were legitimately amazing players available all 3 years. And I'm not saying you picked bad ones, but you're going to have the number 1 overall pick 4 seasons in a row. I've got to find an amazing player. I've got to. Who is available, I wonder? Really? Boy, this is a shitty draft for offensive players. But oh my word, being able to choose between Steve Carlton or Ferguson Jenkins. Friends, I'm going to have a good hard think about that one. I love me some Steve Carlton, but I also love Fergie Jenkins. Was he really Canadian? I had no idea. I remember him playing for the Cubs, but I had no idea he was Canadian. Bonkers. Hell, even Jim Palmer is like a Hall of Famer. That's pretty crazy. Got Catfish Hunter. I mean, the hitters in this draft are but the pitching. Pitching is all right. The pitching is all right. I mean, we're talking we could get a premier starting pitcher and then a solid 2nd tier position player. And that's not a bad draft at all. I will listen to arguments in the comments. You can let me know if you think I'm making a mistake. It's going to be Ferguson Jenkins, though, I think. Or Steve Carlton. I do love me some Steve Carlton. Boy, that's tough. Like, let's talk real life for a minute. Steve Carlton is one of the very best left-handed pitchers to ever play the game of baseball. Fergie Jenkins was really good and a Hall of Famer, but I don't think anyone would consider him one of the top 5 right-handed pitchers. Like, when you think of all-time great left-handed starting pitchers, it's Randy Johnson, it's Warren Spahn, it's Sandy Koufax, and then probably Steve Carlton. I mean, if you want to round out your top 5, you want to say Tom Glavine. I'd feel kind of gross about Tom Glavine. Not that I have any problem with him as, like, a person or whatever, but just because he wasn't that great a pitcher. I'm being completely honest with you. He was okay. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's not, but he's not like an inner circle Hall of Famer, if that makes sense. I'm sure thinking of some other really big-time left-handed pitcher. But Steve Carlton is a lefty's lefty. One of the very best to ever do it. But I don't know, friends. You let me know. You let me know if we should take Steve Carlton, recognize it's probably going to take him a year or 2 to be ready for the big leagues, or do we take Fergie Jenkins knowing he's ready right now? Like, Fergie Jenkins, if I draft him, he's going into the rotation day 1, and we're going to see what we can get out of him. OSA thinks I'm going to take Cesar Tovar. OSA is an idiot. I already have a center fielder, and Cesar Tovar isn't exactly like an amazing offensive player. He's good, but I'm not going to pass up a transcendent starting pitcher for a mediocre hitter. I'm just not. Oh, excuse me. If Ken Holtzman makes it to the second round, I'm drafting him. I will load up on starting pitching and figure out how to come up with a decent offense. I don't even care, bro. I am not letting premier starting pitching talent slip past me. And this is a phenomenal draft for starting pitchers. I mean, just Hall of Famers alone, right? You got Steve Carlton, Fergie Jenkins, Catfish Hunter. Catfish Hunter is kind of borderline, but sure. Jim Palmer, that's 4. I want to say there's at least one more starting pitcher, but maybe not. Whereas all these hitters range from okay to slightly less than okay, but none of them are like, oh my god, they're definite Hall of Famers. Literally none of them are Hall of Famers. If you want to argue that Mark Bellinger is a Hall of Famer, I ask you, when did you go to Baltimore? How long have you been there? Because he's not. Yeah, I'm really struggling to think of any of these hitters that I'm looking at here and saying this is a Hall of Famer. I mean, that's 4 starting pitchers that are Hall of Famers versus 0 hitters. J.B. Johnson might be in the Hall of Fame as a manager, but certainly not as a hitter. Like, you look at his real-life stats, he's like, yeah, he's alright. But I think if he's in the Hall of Fame, it's as a manager. And I think that might be deserved because I know he was really good if he is in the Hall of Fame for that. But my friends, that is it for now. I thank you for watching. Thank you again if you helped me decide on the team. Also, I curse you. Why did you stick me with this garbage dump? But we'll get there. We'll make some moves. It'll be great. Until then, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.